Next, a Chinese pro-democracy activist living in New York now faces the risk of deportation to Africa. He fled China 4 years ago and crossed into the U.S., carrying video he recorded in one of China's most sensitive regions, Xinjiang, showing what he says are concentration camps. A New York immigration court held a trial for his case on Monday. What's at stake if he's forced to leave the country? NTD's Flora Hua spoke with his lawyer and a trial witness for the latest update.
This story is about Guan Heng. He risked his life to film concentration camps in western China's Xinjiang region. Most of China's Uyghur ethnic minority lives in that area. The U.S. government estimates about 1 to 3 million Uyghurs are detained in these camps. Uyghur survivors have accused Beijing of committing genocide against the group. Guan escaped communist China and entered the U.S. through the southern border in 2021. As soon as he was safe, he uploaded footage that the CCP never wanted the world to see to YouTube. Media and human rights groups say the significant findings provide long-sought underground evidence supporting claims of the regime's abuses. Guan was arrested by ICE agents in this August. His lawyer said prosecutors filed a motion on Monday proposing a deportation plan to send him to Uganda. The next trial date is scheduled on January 12th. His lawyer, Chen Chuang, says it's critical to convince the court that deporting his client to Uganda is very concerning, given China's extensive influence in Africa.
The Ugandan government has a troubling record of cooperating with the Chinese Communist Party in making arrests in Uganda. In fact, Chinese state media boasted about this as far back as 10 years ago, claiming that they directly dispatched police officers to Uganda to carry out arrests on the ground. Sending a well-known dissident like Mr. Guan to Uganda would be unsafe.
Guan Heng is among the younger Chinese generation who used VPNs to bypass Beijing's censorship and learned about the regime's brutal killings and human rights abuses since it came to power. In 2020, Guan read an article by the U.S. news site BuzzFeed News. The article cited multiple satellite images showing western China's Xinjiang region. There were maps marking locations the article identified as suspected Beijing-run concentration camps targeting Uyghurs. Guan decided to drive to Xinjiang to see it for himself. That's when he recorded the videos. Zhou Fengsuo, a Tiananmen massacre survivor and veteran pro-democracy activist, will testify for Guan's trial. He says Guan's actions align with American values and serve U.S. interests. He's optimistic for a positive outcome.
We have seen overwhelming support, so I think he is definitely someone that this country should and can provide asylum to. His courage and his sense of righteousness, what he has done, suits everything this country stands for.
If the United States decided eventually to deport Mr. Guan, what kind of signals would this send to Beijing? And also, how is this going to influence Washington's China policy going forward? What's the significance here?
Yeah, that would be catastrophic for United States. It would be a very bad signal for the people who care about human rights and care about the value and the interest of United States. And of course, it would embolden CCP to commit more heinous crimes like this, to the Uyghur people and to the Han Chinese as well.
Mr. Guan chose to come to the United States, and I believe there is something about the United States that Mr. Guan trusts and wanted to come here and then gave his very, very important priceless, evidence about China's concentration camps to U.S. media institutes, right? To U.S. media companies. So what does this say about, the United States in Chinese people's mind? What kind of role do they think the United States has been playing on the world stage?
Yeah, I mean, for freedom-loving Chinese, United States has always been a beacon of freedom and hope. Yeah, that's why so many people risk so much to come here. I was a refugee myself. I'm a naturalized citizen now, and I'm very grateful for this freedom and the safety here. And I believe confronting CCP is the best to the interest of this country.
In places like Xinjiang, where foreign media cannot even gain access, the Chinese government's persecution of Uyghurs is even more unimaginable. Those who refuse to be enslaved cannot bear to see others enslaved. May the Chinese Communist Party and the Chinese government collapse and step down as soon as possible, bringing an end to these crimes against humanity.
We will keep a close eye on Guan's situation. Flora Hua, NTD News.